So let's read the question. In the given figure, OA is equal to OB and OD is equal to OC. Based on this, we have to show that triangle AOD is congruent to triangle BOC. That is, these two triangles are congruent and AD is parallel to BC. So let's begin. So the first step is always mark what is given to you in the figure. So what all is given to us? OA is equal to OB is given to us. So mark that. So I have OA is equal to OB. So whenever two things are equal, that is two angles or two sides, we use the same symbol. Next, OD is equal to OC. So OD is equal to OC. Now why have I used a different symbol over here? Because these two sides are not equal. So whenever two sides are equal, we use the same symbol. These two sides are equal, same symbol. These two sides are equal, same symbol. So first step is mark what is given to you in the figure. Next step, write this down. So we're going to write it down. That is first part. OA is equal to OB and OD is equal to OC. Do mention in brackets, this over here is given to you. So I repeat once again, what is the first step? Whatever is given to you, mark it in your figure and write it down. Now what do we have to do? We have to show these two triangles as congruent. Now whenever you want to show two triangles as congruent, you need minimum 3 corresponding parts as equal. So what is given to us? Two sides are already given to us as equal. So let's look for the third equal part. See, look at point O. Two lines are intersecting here. Whenever two lines intersect each other, we get vertically opposite angles. And we know vertically opposite angles are equal. So this angle over here is equal to this angle over here. What is the reason? Vertically opposite angles. So what is this angle over here? Angle AOD. So I'll say angle AOD is equal to this angle, that is angle BOC. What is the reason? Vertically opposite angles. So mention in bracket, vertically opposite angles. So now look at these two triangles. Two corresponding sides are equal and the included angle is also equal. I repeat, see which angle is equal? The angle included between the two sides. So whenever we have two triangles in which two corresponding sides are equal and the included angle is also equal, that means the two triangles are congruent. Which criteria? Side, angle, side. That is SAS criteria. So these two triangles are congruent by the SAS criteria. So we have to write the congruence statement. You don't have to worry about it. Why? It's already given here. So therefore, triangle AOD is congruent to triangle BOC. What is the criteria we used? Side, angle, side. That is SAS. So mention over here SAS congruence criteria or SAS congruence rule. So we're done with the first part, right? So these two triangles are congruent. Which rule? SAS congruence rule. Now moving on to the second part. In the second part, we have to prove that AD is parallel to BC. So how do we show two lines are parallel? In the previous chapter, lines and angles, we have studied this. That is, whenever you want to show two lines as parallel, we take the help of a transversal. Now, whenever you have two lines in a transversal, do we have a transversal here? Yes. Between AD and BC, AB is one transversal, CD is another transversal. I repeat, AB is one transversal, CD is another transversal. Now, whenever we have two lines in a transversal, how do we show the two lines to be parallel? There are three ways. Either get a pair of corresponding angles is equal, or get a pair of alternate interior angles is equal, or get a pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal as supplementary. So which of these three do we have over here? See, if you notice over here, what are these two angles? I repeat, look at this angle over here and this angle over here. Both the angles are between the two lines, so they are interior angles. Next, they are alternate interior angles. Why? One is on one side of the transversal, other is on the other side. So if I can show these two angles to be equal, our job will be done. Why? Because these are alternate interior angles. So as long as we get one pair of alternate interior angles, our job will be done. Now the question is, how do I get these two angles to be equal? Is it given to me? No. So what do? Congruence. We just showed that these two triangles are congruent. So whenever two triangles are congruent, that means all three corresponding sides are equal and all three corresponding angles are equal. So let's just see if these two are corresponding angles or not. So how do we check that? First of all, copy a congruence statement. So we have triangle AOD is congruent to triangle BOC. So what I'll do is I'll write down all the corresponding angles. How do we do that? Label this 1, 2, 3. Label this 1, 2, 3. So first letter corresponds to first letter. So angle A is equal to first letter over here, that is angle B. Next, second letter corresponds to second letter. So angle O of this triangle, triangle AOD, is equal to angle O of this triangle. Next, third letter, the third letter. So angle D is equal to angle C. Let's mark this in our figure. So we have angle A is equal to angle B. So angle A is equal to angle B. Perfect. Angle O of this triangle is equal to angle O of this triangle, and angle D is equal to angle C. So as you can clearly see, these two angles are equal and these two angles are equal, right? And what is the reason behind this? CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So just get all the corresponding angles. So what do we observe over here? Angle A is equal to angle B, which is exactly what we want. So either take this pair or you take this pair. Both these pairs are alt-interior angles. So let me show you how to write it. So what I'm going to write over here is taking, let's say I take these pair of angles. So I know these pair of angles are alt-interior angles. So you'll say taking AB as a transversal, we have, what do we have over here? Angle A is equal to angle B. So you can call this 1. So I'll just write over here, angle A is equal to angle B. What is the reason? From 1. See, we have angle A is equal to angle B over here. I'll call this 1. From 1. Now what are angle A and angle B? So you write over here, angle A and angle B are alternate interior angles. So what are these? These are basically alternate interior angles. So what have we just shown? A transversal is intersecting two lines in such a way that a pair of alternate interior angles are equal. This implies the two lines are parallel. So this implies AD is parallel to BC. Why? Recall converse of the alternate interior angle theorem. That is, if a transversal intersects two lines in such a way that a pair of alternate interior angles are equal, then the two lines are parallel, which is exactly what we have shown. So taking AB as a transversal, we have angle A is equal to angle B. That is, alternate interior angles are equal. So this implies AD is parallel to BC, right? So this is how you solve this question. So let me do a recap. See, the first step is always mark what is given to you. So O is equal to OB, mark it. OD is equal to OC, mark it. Now begin. We want to show these two triangles are congruent. So we need minimum 3 corresponding parts. Look at your figure. The moment I see the point O, two lines intersecting, vertically opposite angles. So these two angles are equal. So in two triangles, two corresponding sides are equal and the included angle is also equal. So by SAS criteria, they're congruent. Now, how do I show those two lines to be parallel? I have to either show a pair of corresponding angles is equal, or alternate interior angles is equal, or interior angles on the same side of the transversal is supplementary. So when I look at the figure, I see AB is the transversal or CD is the transversal. So let's say I stick to AB. What is the relationship between these two angles? Alternate interior angles. So if I can show these two angles to be equal, our job is done. Now how do I get these two angles as equal? Simple. We have our congruence statement. Write down all the corresponding angles. So we have angle A is equal to angle B. So taking AB as the transversal, angle A is equal to angle B. That is, a pair of alternate interior angles are equal. So if a transversal intersects two lines in such a way that a pair of alternate interior angles is equal, that means the two lines are parallel. Hence proved. Sorry, I forgot to write over here, hence proved. My favorite statement in geometry, hence proved. Yeah. Similarly over here, hence proved. So this basically denotes that you have completed the proof. So we have shown the two triangles to be congruent and AD parallel to BC, right? So this is how you solve this question.